Coming to you from inside the hideaway, I would like to share something I found very powerful that I took away from a webinar a few weeks ago. And the topic was on trauma and healing from trauma. There were three speakers, and one of them was a guy I've known about and read a couple of his books. I've known about him for a while, Gabor Mate. I referenced him often in some of the things I've shared before. There was another gentleman whose name I'd heard of but didn't know much about his work, Tim Fletcher. Then there was a woman who I'd never heard of before. Her name is Marisa Peer, Marisa Peer. She's a hypnotist and a rapid transformational therapy teacher. I don't know what a rapid transformational therapy is all about, but I wanted to um, uh, share with you her name because everything I'm about to share is what I took away from what she shared with everybody. So this is her content, but by all means, look her up if you're interested in more, because I found this to be a very powerful exercise. So it's this idea of recalibrating the relationship we have with ourselves, such that we, as an adult now, are the parent to our child selves, right? So, and I'll interpret this from my viewpoint when I'm done. But let's get with the exercise first, because I don't want you to be biased by my interpretation until after you listen to me sharing the exercise that I went through. Okay, it begins with this having this idea of the child version of you. Picture yourself as a child, and you're having this conversation with yourself as a child. And I think to make this as real as possible, get a picture of yourself as a child, if you have one, or at least get one in your mind, and just take that image of you as a child in. Now, I do have handy a picture of myself as a kindergarten, about 5 years old. This is a class picture. And you can see my eyes there. I'm looking up towards the photographer, of course, but kind of in a way looking up at the world in general, the world at large, having these questions about, am I safe? Am I okay? They're full of wonder, full of questions, and I want to just look at that child's eyes, my own eyes, and say these words that provided to us by Marisa Peer. Ready? So let's get into this state of mind where we're kind of having this conversation with ourselves as a child, right? I am becoming a loving parent to you now. No one in the world can play the role of a loving parent to you like I can. I love you completely. I love you unconditionally. Look at you. You are caring. You are smart. You are beautiful. Parenting you is the greatest joy of my life. You are safe. I will always be here for you and with you. There is nothing we can't do. Know that we live together forever. I am a loving parent to you. You are with me always. You are safe. You are significant. And you are here for a reason. Now, my interpretation of that is just to recalibrate our relationship with our child, with the child that's still inside of us, the child that we were, the child we are in some ways, right? And that relationship has to be unconditional. Now, many of us, and I'm one of them, were very fortunate to grow up in a household where, as an adult now, intellectually, I know very well, without a doubt, that I was loved unconditionally. There is no doubt. I know it to be true. Yet as a child, especially me who was off the charts hyperactive, my behavior and just ways of being drew the irk and ire of those my caregivers often. And as a child, what that kind of gives us the sense of that, you know, the love we're shown seems to have the condition of our behavior so that it can be withdrawn from time to time. Even though intellectually that it's not really a reflection of how much we're loved, we may not be particularly liked at certain times, but as a child, we can't make that distinction. We just see, hey, no, I am loved if I behave this way, but when I'm just being myself, sometimes that love is withdrawn. And that's through nobody's fault. But this exercise, I think, helps us to, like I said, recalibrate the role that we have being our own parent to ourselves. That no matter what mistakes we made, or even continue to make in the future, no matter what mistakes we continue to make or might make, no matter how we might behave, no matter what we might do, no matter what we might say, that we will always love ourselves unconditionally. And I think that is critical if we hope to continue living a life that we are happy in, to kind of help take away the suffering that we feel from time to time, and we struggle to understand, why are we suffering? Why am I feeling this way? But if we can recalibrate that relationship we have with ourselves, I think that can go a long way to help reducing and maybe even mitigating and eliminating the suffering that we allow ourselves to feel sometimes.